Good day, ladies and gentlemen. TAP instructional videos. Today we're going to talk about transfers and additional property, things that happen during the course of the administration, but after the beginning inventory. So we're going to change our screen here and open up the Adams-Jones Trust. This is in our standard formatting. We look at our beginning inventory. Basically, we have a checking account with $250,000 in it and a piece of property with $500,000 in here. So now the new trustee has taken over the trust and wants to move the cash account from Bank 1 to Bank 2. This is a transfer. It is not a receipt. This is extremely important to understand. How do you report this or record this transaction in TAP? So go to the transfers and additional property. So the first thing, transfers and additional property are not the same thing, but we have them coded in this same category here. So let's talk about transfers first, then we will swing back and talk about additional property. So we're going to create a new bank account. Go and select new cash accounts. And this is going to be a transfer. So we select the radio button. We'll use today's date. Transfers from Bank 1. Name of new bank is going to be Bank 2. Extremely creative, as you can see. Bank account number. So in this particular situation, we are going to only move part of the Bank 1 money. So let's move $100,000. Okay, and we save it. Now, when we go into, we have to do something now on Bank 1 to reduce that balance. Okay, so we go to the accounting schedules and we go to receipts and disbursements. You'll see now we have two bank accounts here. We add a transaction in to Bank 1. And you'll see our balance here as we speak is $250,000. So we have to record the transfer to Bank 2. Okay, and that's going to come under the disbursements column. And the category that we select is going to be transfer funds out. Transfer funds out is not an expense. So when you have a transfer, you are neither increasing or decreasing the value of the universe of the trust. It is just moving from one portion of the trust to another. Now we select our transfer funds out. Okay, now let's take a look and see what we've got. We're going to go to the ending inventory, and we have here, and if you recall, we started with $250,000 in Bank 1, and now our current value is $100,000 in Bank 2 and $100,000 in Bank 1 for a total of $250,000. Here we have our $500,000 house. We made no changes there, and we look into the account summary, and we see under charges $750,000, and there's nothing in receipts, and that illustrates that a transfer is not a receipt. And here down on the bottom we have under credits our $250 and $500, and nothing under disbursements because a transfer is not a disbursement. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. Let's go back and review that very quickly. We would go to the transfers, additional property screen, come in here, select your account, and you're going to choose between additional property and transfers. Now let's talk about an additional property. And basically what we're looking about here is money or assets that come from outside of the existing universe of the trust. So this could be a gift made to the trust, perhaps, or an inheritance made to the trust. And this would work, it certainly could work that way in a probate where an uncle passed away, probate was pending, and additional funds came in through the other estate. Okay, kind of works the same way here. Let's say we received a cash account of additional property of $1,000. The first thing that you're going to have to decide is whether or not you're going to create a new bank account or whether this $1,000 is going to be transferred into an existing bank account. So if you're going to start a new bank account, then you would use new cash account screen. If you're not, if you're going to receive those funds and then transfer those funds or deposit those funds directly into an existing bank account, like Bank 2, for instance, then what we would do is we would go down to New Other Assets, okay, and we have additional property, and we describe it, $1,000 gift from Uncle Joe, and put in some sort of ID, whatever is appropriate, $1,000, and then we have to go back into receipts and deposits to record that additional $1,000, which is not a receipt, it's additional property. Okay, so we could put that into Bank 1 or Bank 2. We talked about Bank 2. Let's go Uncle Joe, 1,000. And this is going to be transfer funds in. So we received it, and now our balance in bank account 2 is 101,000. So let's take a look at the account summary, and you'll see here is our additional property received. So please take note that this $1,000 is now in the universe in the trust, and if we had listed that as a receipt as opposed to a transfer funds in, then we would have that appearing twice. Okay, so here's our 751,000, and we're up to 752,000 there. So we see that our line below does not balance, and we have to go into the ending inventory to make an adjustment. Okay, and that is our $1,000 gift from Uncle Joe was transferred into Bank 2. So in that case, we're going to uncheck this item. Now, when we go back to the account summary, you'll see that it balances 751,000 and 751,000. Let's look at receiving additional property, which would be another parcel of real estate. So let's say we got some raw land. We're going to come in here, additional property, raw land, and let's call that worth 10,000. And we put that in. So we don't have to do any more running around with the bank accounts because, of course, this is not cash. We come and look in here, and we have our raw land, which shows right there. And when we go to the account summary, we have 11,000 of additional property received, which is the 10,000 in raw land and the 1,000 from Uncle Joe. $761. This is all included. The $1,000 is included in the cash assets in the ending inventory, which is carried forward to the credits. And our $10,000 is included in the non-cash assets. And we balance at $761,000 of charges and $761,000 of credits. All right, just in conclusion, you will probably experience many more transfers than additional property, except perhaps in the case of a special needs trust. Then you may be getting gifts into the trust occasionally, or perhaps even on a regular basis. But in the trust administration, in the probate administration, in the conservatorship administrations, you're going to basically be transferring from accounts back and forth, and you're going to use the transfer feature more. Okay, I hope this explains these features to you. When you have a transfer, that is a movement between one portion of the trust universe or the estate universe to another portion of the universe, and does not increase or decrease the value. Additional property increases the value. And you may need to take a couple of steps, particularly with cash, when you're going to deposit that into an existing bank account. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great day.